Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, how are you today? I hope you are always healthy. My name is Siti Fatimah. I am from class 2B of nursing at Poltekkes Kemenkes Tasikmalaya. In this video, I will present a nursing journal entitled Development of a Prototype of Malaria Clinical Diagnostic Decision Support System. Writer Sudata Yabesman Harifa from Department of Health, Gunung Sitoli Siti, Lutfan Lazuardi from Department of Public Health, Faculty of Medicine, Anis Faud from Gadjah Mada University, Yogyakarta. Abstract. Introduction. Malaria is a public health problem that still causes mortality, particularly in high-risk population. Nias district is one of the malaria endemic areas. Malaria diagnosis is mainly determined according to physical examination, despite the fact that laboratory examination is the gold standard of malaria diagnosis. To help health workers in diagnosing malaria accurately, it is necessary to develop a decision support system for malaria diagnosis. Objective: to develop a prototype of malaria diagnostic decision support system. Methods: it was a descriptive study with Asian research designed to explore each piece in the development of a prototype of malaria diagnostic decision support system. Participants of the study consist of 5 general practitioners in RSU Gunung Sitoli and 2 nurses in Gunung Sitoli Health Center. Result: the study created an application model of computer-based malaria diagnostic decision support system design using PHP programming language and MySQL database. The system worked by entering malaria clinical symptoms into the expect system, and data of system were processed by the expect system to determine diagnosis and medical advice that was useful to assist health staff in making decisions. Conclusion: malaria diagnostic decision support system that had been developed attracted the interest of health workers and helped them in diagnosing malaria clinically. Next, introduction. Malaria is one of the infectious diseases which is anticipated to be emerged after this tsunami. After tectonic earthquake and tsunami in New Zealand, another earthquake use. The change in physical environment causing a conducive environment for the growth of vector of disease also increased the risk to be infected by infectious diseases. Healthcare was not provided in optimum level because earthquake and tsunami had caused the loss of infrastructure and human resources. Effort to decrease the morbidity and mortality rates was conducted through malaria eradication program, which activity include early diagnosis, quick and appropriate treatment, surveillance and control of the vector, which aimed to cut the malaria transmission link. Next, method. Samples were taken by purposive sampling. Main instrument used in this study was the research is human instrument, supported by guideline of in-depth interview, recording device or MP4 player, digital camera, computer, and software which operating system Windows or Linux, PHP programming language, and MySQL database. The study was conducted according to the prototyping approach with steps as follows. 1. Identify main problems underlying the development of prototyping associated with malaria diagnosis. 2. Analyze and design the malaria diagnosis decision support system. 3. Build a prototype of the malaria diagnostic decision support system based on standard management of malaria in Indonesia and the result of in-depth interview with the general practitioners and nurses. 4. Evaluate the user acceptance of the prototype of malaria diagnostic decision support system. And 5. Complete the prototype based on the suggestion of users or participants in prototype trial. This study has received approval from Gajah Mada University, Director of RSU Director Gunung Sitoli Nias, and the help of Gunung Sitoli Health Center. Next, discussion. RSU Gunung Sitoli, a type C or non-education hospital and the property of government of Nias district. Study was also concluded in Gunung Sitoli Health Center, one of the technical units of health office in Nias district, which situates in Gunung Sitoli district. 1. Initialization. Initialization phase was the first step in the development of expert system. The objective was to identify the problems and prepare for the next step in the development of prototype of malaria diagnostic decision support system. RSU Gunung Sitoli Nias and Gunung Sitoli Health Center did not have SOP to manage malaria. Therefore, there was no specific guideline for management of malaria. The steps obtained to establish diagnosis of malaria were history taking, physical examination, and for definitive diagnosis, load examination, like the description of participant. 2. Building the prototype. After in-depth interview to the participants to identify the need of the user associated with the development of malaria diagnosis decision support system, system analysis and design to estimate the system functionality was conducted. Researcher tried to give general idea on the appearance of the system and how the system solves the problems. A. Design the DFD or data flow diagram used to describe the analyze and design of system which easily communicates by system professionals to the users and programmer. B. Design the entity relationship diagram or ERD. With this entity relationship, all data will be incorporated in one integrated unit. C. List of diagnosis rules. This study was aimed to find out the specific symptoms found in patients who suffer from malaria and dominant parasites found in Nias district and develop a carton of malaria diagnosis as the reference to determine malaria cases. D. Design of appearance. Design of appearance of malaria diagnosis decision support system. 1. Login menu. 2. Home menu. 3. Guestbook menu. 4. Consultation menu. 5. Final diagnosis menu. 6. Expert menu. 7. Report menu. And 8. Help menu. 3. Implementation of the prototype of malaria diagnostic decision support system. The prototype of decision support system developed was web-based application with PHP programming language and which relate to database management program MySQL. The addition of deeper knowledge principle may create the system to be more practical. Good expert system was designed to solve certain problems by imitating the activity of expert, so that with this expert system, even laymen could solve complicated problems which usually only solved by the help of experts. This expert system is expected to be used by health providers in diagnosing malaria clinically and to receive medical advice from this expert system. There are several methods used to represent the knowledge, namely semantic nets, frame, production rule, and predicate logic. This expert system used decision tree, which later become production rule in representing the knowledge. Clinical symptoms suffered by patients will be processed by this application, and then this application will give medical advice to health providers. One effort by Innovative Vector Control Consortium, or EVCC, was by developing the software of malaria decision support system, or MDSS, and released the Conference of Multilateral Initiative, or MEM, in Kenya in 2009. The software integrates the requirements of continuing surveillance, monitoring, and evaluation of malaria control. Result of in RSU Gunung Sitolinia salt that generally respondents know about the procedure of care for malaria patients, starting for history talking, physical examination, laboratory examination, and treatment. And the last, conclusion. The users want a space system that helps them in diagnosis of malaria clinically and receive medical advice. Prototype of decision support system products was a web-based application with PHP programming language with database management program MySQL. By entering clinical symptoms suffered by patients associated with malaria, this system would analyze and generate medical advice for users. Implementation of malaria diagnostic decision support system stimulates interest from participants because of its interesting appearance, easy to understand, and might help health providers to diagnose malaria clinically. Oke, thanks for your watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye.